All right. Welcome again, everyone, to another episode of Yardy Links. Today's topic, as usual, we believe it's very interesting. And we want to talk about living a healthier lifestyle. I think everybody on the panel is healthy except I and I. You see my name? Rory One Pack. And so today I come to learn from my co-hosts who are living a healthy lifestyle. And also, we have Dacia with us. She's a dietitian slash vegan slash many things. And so she will be also sharing how we can live a, healthy lifestyle, the easy way. I put that in quotation, the easy way. But I have my regular co-host with me. I want to kick it off with bigging up Leon. Leon has a lot to share. Big up Ryan, big up Jason, big up Fabian, and big up our guest today, Dacia. All right, guys. So tell me about this healthy lifestyle, because I have a lot to learn. Ryan, you healthy or what? You living a healthy lifestyle?
Boy, I am trying at the moment. I think it came to me that I have to start a healthier lifestyle when some years ago I was supposed to do a medical, and I went to the doctor. Doctor said to me, okay, we are gonna check your pressure and check, certain vitals. And you know say something right when you go to check your pressure regularly, and the doctor would use a little analog blood pressure machine and then pump it up like this, and press it and then go up. But this particular time I went, the doctor pumped the blood pressure machine, and when she pumped it, we realized she allowed for a go down, and then she started pump it again. I said, this is not what I'm used to. I'm used to you let it go down and you get the pressure, you get the reading. Yeah, so she pump it up again. I said, why she pump it up again? And she pump it up again and she get her reading, and she said, hold on, don't move them, Mr. White. And she wrap it again, and she said, all right, I'll do it again. And she do the pressure again. And I did a look watch her, and I said, what happened to her? She pump it up again, and she said, how you feeling? I said, I feel all right, And she said, she goes to see the doctor, and the doctor said, how you feeling, Mr. White? I said, feel all right, Doctor said, man, your blood pressure is through the roof, man. I said, my blood pressure, me, healthy young boy like me, I have high blood pressure. I play football every now and again. Man said, yeah, man, your blood pressure through the roof. So guess what? Before I diagnose you as hypertensive, I am going to send you home. Yeah, and I don't remember what he gave me, but he sent me home. And I went home that day. And I said, no, man, that's not right. Mommy suffer with blood pressure, but me never know said that reach me. You see, when my mother checked it the next day, she said, man, you have to go hospital now. I said, hospital? I said, yeah, man, you need to go now. You see, when we reach at the hospital the same day, the nurse do the same thing again. She do the double pump again, and pump you.
This is normal.
I said, this is normal. And she pump you again, and she said, no, man, you have to. Doctor said, man, you have to diagnose as hypertensive today. Yeah. And
so what doctor tell us, you can do?
The doctor give me some tips, man. Say, what you have to go start doing now. You have to go start exercise more, so you have to go cut out the salt, the upper salt in your diet. Whereas black people will love.
All right, before I tell you what doctor tell you, well, that sounds frightening, because me and you related. But anyways, Fabian, talk to me, Fabian. You're living healthy?
No, not fully, because one thing that I fail on is sleep. And sleep, it has been for years now, where I can go on like 3 hours of sleep and think that I'm okay. But, it does take an impact on me. And lately, I've been getting some massive headaches, migraine headaches. Part me. Even last week, for Mother's Day, I end up vomiting and everything, and it's because of the headache. And to be fair, when I look back on it, I realize that I do not get enough sleep. And that's one of the things that I know I need to work on, as well as the salt and something. But yeah.
So you don't take high blood pressure pill and them something, Fabian. You're good,
No, I'm not take them.
You know reach them levels of them.
I have not diagnosed myself nor go to the doctor to find out.
Yeah.
Sometimes them say when you know is when you start feel the effect. So it's best to work on it now while I don't know.
Okay, all right.
But go on. Because it's a Fabian. So many times, just like home, it feel normal, same way, and you go, and then Because me did feel normal.
That's why I make my changes as I go along from now. So I don't have to reach to that part, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Cool,
Jason, me know say Jason healthy than thou. Jason, tell us how you have been living a healthy lifestyle. Are you healthy? Tell me. You healthy?
It's easy to say and to think that you're healthy, but yeah, I try. To be honest, I have made especially since 2020. 'Cause part of the thing is inconsistency. So you work out every now and again, and you do and you try. But since 2020, I've really made a concerted effort to have a regular workout schedule. So I actually do workout basically every day. But the eating is an issue, and I find out if you're not eating correctly, you will still the weight gain, the weight loss that you want to see, and the belly fat that you want to see go away.
I have a problem with that, Jason.
It will sit with you. The eating. So you can exercise from now till next year. You see the eating, and as Fabian said, the sleeping too. If those things are not in place, you will have an issue. And so I am trying, like I'm literally trying, because
what can we eat? What can we eat? Because right now, everything is a can't eat.
You can eat a lot of stuff. You can eat a lot of stuff. You see,
it depends on how you eat it.
Yeah, and this exorbitant restriction, like these very restrictive that is why a lot of persons have problems. But the thing is, because I've been trying to read and some of these things that I may see is based on things that I've read. I've not actually been able to practice or whatever, but just each meal that you have, just try to make it all of the food groups. So if it's breakfast, instead of, because one day you say, oh, where's a drink a cup of porridge and a slice of bread. I don't know what heap of food that. So it should be fine. But where is your protein? There's no protein there, right? So that is there, and there's a lot of sugar, and the sugar too. Sugar is another killer. So just try each meal and just add protein to it. So like when you're eating breakfast, just add more. Some people don't eat eggs or all of that. Some have a vegan lifestyle and all of that. But just add more protein, just to start with. So that's
so let me just make sure the viewers on the same page. Let's just say food groups. Let me say we can go way back in high school. I think there are 5 food groups. You have protein, you have veg, fruits,
carbs.
No, dairy and dairy and
starch.
Carbohydrates / starch.
Okay. So you're saying make sure I
just try
balance out everything. All right, me soon get into that.
And increase your protein intake.
Yeah.
Type them, Charlie. Type them in the chat, Charlie. So you should know the 6 of them. Yeah, type them. You can type them.
So before I ask Leon, because I know say Leon probably the healthiest out of all of us, so I'm left him for last. But Dacia is our expert. And I can tell her she's truly an expert in this, but I know she's having some technical difficulties. I don't know if I think her microphone was giving problems. Dacia just suddenly started to give problems. I don't know if she's working now. She's still giving trouble. All right. Still on mute. All right.
Unmute her.
All right. All right. No worry about that. So, Leon, what I'll do, Leon, for I'm not going to ask that question. What I want you to do, Leon, is show the people where you come from, Leon. Come, before you tell it, how you do it. Show the people so people look at Leon. Watch him good enough. And
Leon bring up this. When we meet Leon want a slim dude, yeah? When we just meet Leon, you understand? And all of a sudden, Leon just blow up to super size. I say, I don't know that youth, yeah. Yeah, man, him say, man, so play the video, let me see where you look like Leon, where you grew up to.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
If you just start from there, so.
Yeah, this is start. Well, it's a different one from where Freedom. This one have like a song to it.
No one comes with no pines in for me. No one got God. No one got belly. No one got God. No one got belly. Them fellow Marco just rise and peace. This one and the tiger. Talk lyrics with this. Get me. No one got God. A fool me come fi mash it up now. Who's a me no have it? Me a no grudge me
Pause
not
it, pause it, pause it. Go back there, say, who that? Who that, Lillian? Mighty God.
Yeah, man, a man cut it down.
So,
Slim Leon.
Leon, tell us what you did.
Different.
What you did, Leon? How you move from this? Is the first picture I that me have?
Right. So that the time I think I was at my heaviest. And I'm gonna tell you what weight to be. But I was significantly, or what them call it, clinically obese. That means me at risk for heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, all of those things. And I suffer from back pain because so my belly big. My back literally sink. And me I struggle. Me I figure a chiropractor. And me I do everything. Me I have indigestion. Me I have acid reflux. And me I sleep at night time. Acid I come up in my mouth. I run out and me vomit. And I was so sick, you know. Me have high blood pressure. Me I got a doctor and me I try different things. But then me kind of realize all of the things that I read online and I try wasn't working because my problem was food. When I say food, you know, I will laugh. People used to look at me and be like, that boy, they're greedy, man. You know, when me I eat, cause me I eat fast and me can't get enough food. And I realize that me have a genetic problem. Because if me and you eat the same amount of food at the same time, I promise you I would eat 4 to 5 times more than what you eat in that one sitting, but also 4 to 5 times before you eat another food. I saw me used to eat, I saw me hungry. Me wake up in the night and I drink milk, me I eat bread and butter. Me just I look for food constantly, like me hungry. And in my mind, I try to reduce the amount of food, but I couldn't control myself. And one day, I have to tell you the story. Me at the gym. I carry my daughter go to gymnastics. She was 5 at the time. I saw one big man, bigger than me to be right now, in my head. I come with him friend, I come play squash. And my daughter just look on him and she look on me and she look on him and she look on me. And I wonder why she look on him and I look on me like that. And then when the man start play squash, the man never can hit the ball back because I want glass space so you can't see him. And the man can't catch the ball. So every time, even when the man are taking time and that, you know, like a child, I make him man run for the ball, the man can't catch and the man bust. So my daughter laugh and she said, no, you're not supposed to laugh at people. And she said, no, what I'm thinking, you know, do you know that you look exactly like that man? And I said, what? And she said, yeah, so what do you think? What do you think you look like? And I'm like, I can't slap her, I can't. But I said, what do you mean by me? I said, me? And she said, yes, I saw you look. And she said, you didn't eat too much food, man. And she started touching my belly and I said, look at you. Is that how you get tired? And I said, Jesus Christ, my head bust. my head bust. And I said, yo, from this day, I have to do something. And I start decide to I go eat less. But guess what? I develop acid reflux because I not eat as much. I do fasting and them something. So that not really work. And based on my job and what I do, I can't find time for really feel that. So I decide to say, you know, I go wake up 3 a.m. in the morning because that is the time when the gym quiet. Because I did embarrass to go to the gym and I'm shame. Shame to go to the gym, go see the fit people in my workout and me did my big self a struggle. So I go to the gym 3 a.m. in the morning when nobody know there. And I start workout. So this has been 1 year and about 6 months. I consistently go.
So Leon, was it the gym? Was it the gym? You just say the primary factor you didn't lose weight or your diet?
Well, I struggle with that still, but gym and sleep, I realize that the gym and sleep is the biggest contributor to the whole thing. Because if you gym it and you eat less and you not sleep, you're not gonna really make it. But I realize that the sleep has a big contributor a lot to it, and that is one of the things I used to struggle with. So I start going to bed like my children, I start going to bed 7:30, and then I wake up 3 a.m. And then from that time, I do whatever I do and so.
So when you're sleeping, you're not eating. When you're sleeping, you're not eating. When you're up, this craving, let me find something.
Yes. Yeah. And I used to wake up and be hungry. I used to wake up because I'm hungry. But I realized that when me work out...
You wake up because I'm hungry.
Because I'm hungry. Wake up and I'm hungry. Kill me out.
Rory, get up. Rory, I can relate to what he's talking. Listen to me, man.
You wake up because I'm hungry.
I get up at nights, man. I look for food. You understand?
Yes, man.
Because you feel like say there's a crave to eat something. You understand? Me say, no man, what wrong with me? And you look, so by the time I go in, me open the cabinet, me look in there myself, me look on the food and myself, right, no take no take no. I myself no take no, my hand, I reach and take it down. You understand? me can't help it. You understand? And I think that is one of the biggest contributors, as I said, Leon, towards me getting fat, you know, because me remember my son looked at me, see me, you know, and said to me, said, Daddy, you're fat. He said, you're fat, Daddy, you're fat. And I said, but me can't remember the days when I was a skinny dude. You understand? And I'm fit. I know my son will look at me and call me a fat book. Me say, no man, me have to do something about it. You understand? So I think one of the biggest thing is when the reality hit you, and you say, no, you have to do something about your diet and
I think the same thing happened to Daisy, you know.
Hold on. Daisy, are you with us?
Yes, I am with you. Hi,
Lovely.
everyone.
Welcome, Daisy.
Welcome.
Sorry
Thank you for
to
joining
jump
us.
on late. Rory, I sent you the thing. I'm having some difficulties with my laptop, which is where I usually do these things and where I'd have my presentation.
All right. So in the meantime, while I get what you said, tell them how you move from, because I think you were fat as well, right?
Well, some people in Jamaica we tend to call it thick because I'm curvy, so I didn't look overweight, right?
Oh yeah, thick body.
Correct. So I wouldn't be what us Jamaicans call obese, but it just thicker. And because I was curvy at almost 200 pounds, which it might sound shocking.
To be honest, me always hear this word curvy. What does it mean?
Curvy mean you have hips. And
Shape.
Yeah, man, full of shape.
Coca-Cola bottle.
Number 8.
Coca-Cola
shape,
bottle.
right?
Yeah, man.
So your waist smaller than your hip. And yes, you're right, because shape can mean bear
Fluffy.
shape, it can mean triangle shape, right? But I didn't change how my lifestyle because I wanted to lose weight, because I was fine with how I looked. I changed because I wanted to be healthier. I came across it's many things. First thing is that I've always had a distrust for pharmaceuticals. Secondly, my daughter had asthma, and now if your child has asthma, you have to use pharmaceuticals. And hers was so bad that the medication, it wasn't working. So she wouldn't get attacks because I would know when it's coming on. From you hear the dry cough, you know. So straight to the doctor or give her whatever it is that she needed. But there was an instance where we had to do what is called manual percussion because the Ventolin, or what the other thing did name again? Ventolin, the nebulizer wasn't breaking up the mucus fast enough. And the doctor recommended that I actually get a nebulizer machine. And when I went home and I saw my daughter, because it comes with side effects, those things. Her belly got big. She was 7 at the time. Yeah, about 7 at the time, right? Her belly was puffy. She was very hyperactive. Whenever they take the medications, they get very hyperactive. And I started to cry because I was like, this cannot be what is going to be my daughter's story. And I know that these are steroids, so it's going to come with side effects. And I got on the internet and I started to do research. First research was what causes asthma. I learned really that it is phlegm. So it's really mucus in the lungs. So I said, okay, if it's mucus in the lungs, what causes this? You see, when I type that and I type in mucus forming food, it is everything at the time that we ate. Because in my mind, I thought it was probably just milk. Because I noticed that whenever you get a cough and they put you on cough medicines and so forth, they tell you not to have dairy, right? So I thought it was just that. Way more than that in terms of mucus forming food. So I got to work. So for persons who are afraid of the internet and persons that are afraid of social media, I can tell you that is what helped me. I never had a doctor help me, right? When I started to do that research and I came across what was called black seed oil first. That started to help a little. By the way, I'm not recommending black seed oil because it is acidic. Over the long term, it's not good. But that's where I started. By following the hashtag and taking her off Dairy. So I heard someone talk about dairy in the food group. Guys, everything that I'm talking, you can do your research. Dairy is not good for us. It is not. A lot of the illnesses that people are experiencing now are related to dairy. Dr.
So
Heather
dairy in the
White
sense of
actually
cow's milk.
And cheese.
dairy. No, dairy. Anything that has cow's milk at all in it. Because sometimes when they say that, people think they're just cow's milk. Cheese come from it. Yogurt come from it. A lot of the baked items that are around have dairy. You tend to notice that they have the end with the word CIN, right? You know, like niacin and so forth.
Niacin,
Those things have dairy. Most of the things that are in most of the snacks that are on shelves now, most of the food that we're consuming, like anything baked, tend to have dairy. So you understand
Biscuit
now why
and cakes and
eczema. Yes, sir.
What would it
That is
lead to?
why-
For some of us, what would it lead to
All
from
right.
the worst case scenario?
Firstly, it is mucus forming. So if you have sinus, if you have asthma, if you have eczema, it is a contributor to it. So everything that I'm telling you guys, I'm encouraging you to go and research it. Dr. Heather Littlewhite actually did an article in the Gleaner some years ago that spoke about the dangers of dairy. And I'm surprised that we're still teaching that in school in terms of the food group that we should be having dairy. If people want so-called milk, you can get it from plants.
So
Because I was saying,
thing,
remember
your
that-
thing. Oh, go ahead, man.
I was saying, when you said to just cut out dairy altogether, what do we use to substitute to help our bones? Is what I was about
To help you a whole heap of things, including Seamoss, which I'm going to be speaking to you about. And I just want us to there's something I'm not encouraging, I'm not going to say I'm not encouraging anybody. I'm not saying that you have to go plant-based, but there's something I want to share. Animals are really us going through a middleman. Whatever you're getting through them, they would have gotten it through a plant. So they're really a middleman. So when people are telling that you have to eat this or that or so forth in terms of an animal to get a particular nutrient, it's in a plant.
So how long?
Seamoss,
So you
Seamoss,
have been.
for example, has what it is that calcium that you need, and that's just one of the many. That's just one of the plants that have calcium. That is good for in terms of your joints and strengthening teeth and bones, all of that. So that's just one of them.
How long have you been doing? How long have you been going strictly
but
plant?
Mariana, me don't tell me story, man.
Sorry. Go ahead, finish it.
So in changing her diet, I saw significant improvement. After coming off, why I also changed my diet. A colleague of mine that I went to high school with got cancer, and that made me personally decide that I have to change how I eat. She had cancer, insurance money done. So all them I tell you about, have insurance, all of that, because guess what? The root cause of a lot of these illnesses, when you do chemo, when you do surgeries and all of that, it's just removing the symptom, guys. What would have initially caused it is still there. That is why you will hear they talk about cancer come back or this come back. People were removed, what is the term? When they remove fibroids and all of that. This is why these things come back, because you didn't address the root cause in the first place. So you do the surgery to remove what is called the symptom. Now, when I changed in doing my research, I came across information about alkaline
water.
Vegetarian, because I started off by being pesca and I gave myself some time to say I'm going to go fully vegan. I came across that and I'm like, wow. But my thing said I was halfway. When I started to implement that, and I can tell you this, guys, I didn't go full vegan yet. I was having the seafood still, and I started to incorporate and remove a lot of the things that lifestyle spoke about. So I took out the rice and I replaced it with quinoa and other grains that are considered alkaline. The first month I implemented that, I dropped 7 pounds. If you guys don't believe me, I documented it on my social media page, Alkaline Electric Food Stall. I started gym, by the way. And the trainer said, this is not the gym doing this. The first month I dropped 7 pounds. Remember, I started the gym because I just wanted to be healthier. I didn't want to lose weight. I like my curvy girl, fit girl status. I didn't want to do that. So I was shocked. So that's first month. Second month, 14 pounds. And I didn't remember now, I didn't come off seafood. I wasn't fully vegan, right? I just started to incorporate and remove a lot of what was considered the acidic stuff and incorporating more alkaline stuff in my diet. Within 4 months, I started June. By November, I was down to 165 pounds from being 199, almost 200 pounds. Since that time, that would have been in 2000 and we're in what, 2023 now? That would have been 2019, I believe. And you see people talk about fad diets, and this is not a fad diet, guys. It's a lifestyle. Since then, I have not gained an ounce.
Wow.
Seriously.
And you're not hungry regularly.
And I'm not counting. I don't do count calories thing where people talking about. I don't do that. If you go on again the alkaline electric food stall where I actually share dishes that I would have prepared and so forth, you'll actually see Dr. Sabi, yes,
Mary Jane. Let me ask you something then, this year. Like people like me now, cause a lot of people now go just go vegan so straight away. Me love me chicken bad. You understand? Me love me jerk chicken and me love me oxtail and shrimp. I beg you do. Share something for somewhere we go continue to eat then something that I mean think me go on to cut out. Me have no recommendation for me
Sit here.
I have a normal when I reach that so yet.
Yeah, me can't put like me can't have it. So when I say this, I mean like me can't have it on the side. Me have me little axial on the side and me have some in it.
Remember
Hold on.
said to you that
She never did cut out our seafood.
Are you guys still hearing me? Okay.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
Okay. So remember, I said to you, I did not come off meat. Not meat. I came off meat. I didn't come off
seafood.
Well, fish is still meat. Technically, it's still flesh, right? But I was on seafood at that time, so I was still I wasn't fully vegan when that happened. No, I need to jump in and tell you the benefits. You see, from that time, the last time my daughter went to a doctor for anything asthma related was January 2019.
So from your change it.
I actually dashed away the old medication because I had a little pouch that I had all her medications in. But dash it away and I posted it because it brought back memories because so she don't have that issue anymore because we changed her diet. By the way, my daughter is not vegan. So to answer your question, my daughter is not vegan, but whatever I put, she has to eat.
What you
and
give
I don't
her?
put meat in the house. Now and again, we go road and buy a little jerk chicken or something.
Yes,
Right.
that one I hear.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I also, so in addition to the weight loss,
Raquel is asking
eczema. I don't have eczema anymore. I don't have that issue. I used to snore. I didn't realize that what I was eating was contributing to that. I no longer snore. If I regularly speaking to you guys, you would hear me breathing heavily because of the mucus that was in this area. I didn't realize. I used to think those things are somewhat normal.
Sinus.
Hold on a day, sir. Before we touch it,
Raquel.
Raquel asking a question. What if you're already skinny and you change your diet to what you are recommending? How would that impact?
So that is a very good question. Well, one of the things that I have noticed, because I was actually scared when I saw myself, the weight just a drop, because I'm like, look here, I have to change how I eat. What I have realized, Raquel, is that by adopting that lifestyle, what it does, it takes you to what your natural body weight is. Also, within the alkaline food guide, you have like chickpea. Those things are things that will help you to maintain your thickness and all of those things. So there are it's just like when you are
Just to
on
confirm, the thickness
meat
is
side.
important.
Yeah.
The thickness.
This is important.
Thickness is important.
Yeah, it's important to us as men. As men, it's important. Yeah.
Understand. So what I will say to her is one of the things that there are vegans that they're not doing their thing balance. So if you're having too much greens and not enough, for example, grains and so forth, then you are going to look skinny. You're gonna say you have slim and you have mager, right? And I think her concern is the mager part, right? She don't want to
Yeah.
mager.
Or you put
But
on the
I
weight.
can tell you
Kukum.
correct. There are a lot of vegans girls that are out there
Mhm.
that are slim thick, they call it, not
Yeah.
fat,
Slim thick.
slim
Yeah.
thick, that are practicing this lifestyle. So it's about understanding that you're not just eating callaloo and drink green juice. Your fruits are important. The grains are also important. So I eat spelt pasta. That's also good in terms of for persons that are concerned about that and all of that.
Sorry,
Hold on,
but
Desa. Hold on, Leon. I have to cut you. So, because I know Desa have a presentation.
I am not craving. I am not craving. Sorry. Just because I said that.
I'm not craving. I'm craving.
And I also want
But hold on,
Craving.
hold on.
Oh.
Hold on, Desa.
Okay.
Hold on.
Craving.
So, no, man, hold on. I have to keep it on point, you know. So, here's the thing. Desia, she was telling me about Seamoss, right? And I want her to tell us about Seamoss because I know your presentation may go overboard. So I want Desia
No, it's not going to go overboard. It's to the point. I'm sticking to it. So
all
you
right.
can bring it
So
up
I'm
now.
going to bring it up and you're going to tell
All
people about
right.
Seamoss, which is what you are recommending
Right.
that persons take. All right.
I'm only seeing a part of your screen.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So, guys, we'll probably know it. A lot of Jamaicans know this as Irish moss. There is a slight difference, right? But what is sea moss? Surprisingly, a lot of Jamaicans don't know about sea moss. So I didn't take any liberties. I decided I'll explain what it is. It's really just a type of seaweed. And it's found in ocean waters across the world. It's actually, over the last few years, it has become very popular, especially in the US, but it has all actually been in use since 14,000 years ago. Apparently, that's what archaeologists say. It's very mineral dense. It contains 92 of the 102 minerals that our body is made up of.
92.
Correct. Rory, why are you only seeing piece of the thing?
I'm not sure. But
all right,
maybe because maybe
we can read it for you.
Maybe because your phone is portrait. Turn the phone landscape to see if you can
No,
see.
man.
No, man, I think maybe
No, man,
there's
she's
more below
correct.
it.
She's correct. Yes, there's more because it just stopped at that. So there's
right.
Oh.
Well, yes. Well, that's fine. I did it, so I know what is on it. So you can go to the next. So that is what Seamoss is. So you can go to the next slide, Rory. All right. So we hear about that's what we use. We're used to. So Irish moss, we know it as. But there's actually, go back, Rory. But there's actually a difference, a very slight difference. They're still in the same family. Irish moss, in essence, it comes from Ireland. It looks different from the Caribbean sea moss. So it is flatter. It has a more purple, reddish look. It doesn't look like our purple sea moss that we have in Jamaica. Actually, the Irish moss, there was a famine in Ireland. What year was it? In the 19th century. And this is what they actually use as nutrition to feed the Irish. And so that name became popular. So people loosely will say Irish moss or sea moss, but once you hear a Jamaican say Irish moss, it's the same thing they're speaking about. But people that are probably very au fait with sea moss, they may correct you. I don't correct people because I know what it is that they're talking about. Now in the Caribbean, our sea moss looks a little different, and the one that I showed you before is actually how ours look. We also have purple and different variations of the purple. Ours, Jamaica and Honduras and St. Lucia are very popular for sea moss. A lot of US companies that are making multi-billion dollar in companies that are doing Seamoss. They actually import from Jamaica and St. Lucia. Now ours is actually in a warmer temperature and it's available all year. The Irish moss is only available during a particular time. So our Seamoss actually has more antioxidants. And we have the purple Seamoss as well that even has more antioxidants than the gold Seamoss. Now, a lot of people don't know this, fake Seamoss, even sellers of Seamoss. There are sellers of Seamoss that do not know that they are fake Seamoss. It is, yes. And I am going to I give people the benefit of the doubt because I don't think someone would intentionally sell fake Seamoss. It took a lot of researching for me to find out because I keep hearing about the fake Seamoss, and I was actually a victim of it as well. Until recently, I came across a video, and a friend of mine who her family, she's like from a Rastafarian family, so you know them I use Seamoss long time. She was able to show me the difference. So we have full grown and no Rory go back.
Oh, sorry.
This is important because after this, you may have persons that will want to go and buy Seamoss, and I want to ensure that they have the right Seamoss, even if it's not purchased from Let's Glow, right?
Okay.
Now, the fake Seamoss, it tends to be thicker. It also, when you soak it, it tends to expand a lot as well. And that is why some persons gravitate to it because for a small amount, you can get a lot. So, of course, it's going to be beneficial if they're selling it and so forth. It may have some salt on it. Sometimes it may also, the package that you get it in, it may be wet. It couldn't even dry, right? So how do they do that? Some people actually grow it in pools, or some people grow it in the sea on ropes. But remember, Seamoss is, I didn't tell you this, I can't remember, but it's actually attached to rocks. So you growing it on a pool, on a rope, it's not in its natural habitat. And anything that you don't grow in its natural habitat, you're not going to get the full benefits of it. So while
nutrients,
you may get some benefits with continued use, it may be harmful to you.
Before I skip to the next slide, I want to ask a question. So the thing you say when I'm in the sea, when I step on the rock and I get that slimy thing, is that Seamoss that? Just want to make sure.
No, that no morass.
That's an algae.
Okay.
On,
no, not algae. No, not algae.
What are you talking about?
The weed-looking thing like that.
Corals.
Oh, that weed-looking thing is a type of seaweed, but it's not Seamoss.
Okay,
and
that's what I make sure.
So if you go by Port Royal, it's washed up on the sea as well.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I know over by Port Royal, Rory, you're going way ahead. But for more information, so you can see the difference, I actually have a video on the Instagram page about fake versus real Seamoss. So you can go to the next slide, Rory.
Okay.
So who should take Seamoss? Pretty much everybody. Male, female, children. If you're a fitness guru or a fitness freak, athletes.
Leon.
If you have one of those lifestyle illnesses,
is that a word?
You need to be on Seamoss. What?
Nutrition. I never heard that. See that word before. Yeah,
no, man,
that must be an error.
Okay. Not. And so what is that?
Who that the person there?
Not, brother.
If you are nutrient deficient, and many of us, male and female, especially females, are iron deficient, right? We need to be on Seamoss. Now, there are some persons that we recommend that they seek advice from a nutritionist, and I specify nutritionist and not just say doctor, a nutritionist. And I don't think I'm going to make the statement that I'm going to make. I'm just going to say to you, speak to a nutritionist if you are taking high blood pressure tablets. Rory, all over the
No, man, I'm mistake, man. Continue.
Yeah, distract the people them. No, with the slide. If you're taking high blood pressure medication, because Seamoss lowers your blood pressure, it is recommended that you have a conversation with your nutritionist. If you have an overactive thyroid, because of course Seamoss has iodine, then you want to have a conversation as well with your nutritionist. What was the next thing? Or if you have any doubts, speak to a nutritionist and do your own research.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? This
Sure.
you mentioned about high blood pressure. I know that based on a race, I realize that many of us we suffer from high blood pressure and diabetes. Yeah, is this something that you would recommend? Because is it and I wanted to find out, is it because of how we're biological makeup, where we always have, because they say we're twice as
Not,
more
it's
likely.
not biologically made up.
It's what the food is, the poor food
what we
choice.
eat. It's what we
It's,
eat.
it's our nature,
Straight up,
man. It's all
guys.
we eat.
It's
Yeah,
what,
man. We
it's
love
what
with
we
salt.
eat. And then remember now, as a culture, we tend to eat a certain type of food. So somebody spoke about things being hereditary. It's how your family tends to eat. It goes back to food. Food is the main issue. So earlier, who was it that had the big belly?
Leon.
And he was
Top
asked if he
one.
changed his diet, and him said not much. Notice after that he said he ate less. By sleeping more, he was eating less as well, and he was fasting, because you force fast when you're sleeping, right? But it goes back to our diet. Then you tack on other little things such as lack of sleep, stress levels. So those things amplify those things.
And stress me
The
enough,
main
and
thing
stress
is
me
really
enough.
our diet. All right, so this was the next slide, Rory.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you use it? It is very, very versatile, guys. So you can use it as is. And let me hasten to say that persons will say to you, oh, it doesn't have any taste, it doesn't have any smell. It has a slight taste and smell. Depending on who makes it, it may be stronger. Depending on the type, it may be stronger. And there are persons who, irrespective of how much benefits we tell them that they have, that will turn them on. So Let's Glow actually do fruit-infused Seamoss gels. So you won't get that smell or you won't get that taste, and you can just eat it and go. Rory can attest to that.
No, we can't use Rory. So sorry, this.
Stop.
You can't use Rory.
Stop.
Guys,
Hold on.
No, we don't want
Hold on, guys. I want to say, hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
one pack.
When I like when I take me and I'm a one pack. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment here. So clearly, yes, I was having issue. Right?
You still have an issue, man.
Hold on, don't let me. Can I speak? Can I speak?
Go ahead, sir.
So what I'm saying is that I used to have issues, right? I'm a person who work a lot, come under stress every now and then and thing. And I think stress and lack of sleep is my main contributors. But anyhow, the thing is this. When they introduced me to the Seamoss, and it was as you said, it didn't have any taste. It was the gel.
It was the plain one, right?
It was the gel, right? And so when we got the gel, we tried it. I wasn't a big fan, so I didn't. I was trying. Cause I know everything. Everything was good for you, not taste good. It's something like that, but it tastes okay. It just not have no. It have no taste. And then she introduced me to the fruit infused one, where it's the same Seamoss gel. But then she infused it with fruits, literal, like either plum, or she infused it with strawberry or different flavors. And when I try that, I can tell you, I eat it like regular food. Sometimes I have to tell myself that I can't eat it like that. So I will just sit down and just eat it. But then that's, I think they have. I think
you can actually, Rory.
It's supposed to have. I think a recommendation was like two.
I recommend at least it said 2 tablespoons.
At least 2 tablespoons, right?
So about 10, because you're greedy.
So this is me, just I try if I cut back and say, okay, 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna eat it. But since I've been eating it, guys, I don't need to take the I used to take the like 1 a day and the vitamin C and them stuff there. But since I've been eating it, I don't even take it. I'm actually feel way better. And so I introduced some of my friends to it and them a bite. The thing is, with the Seamoss, it's because it has, as you said earlier, 92 of the 102 minerals. So you pretty much get everything. You get a dose of everything. So not just vitamins, you get everything. Zinc, you like zinc, and everything is in it.
Magnesium.
Right, everything, it have it. So these are things that from the earth that God gave us, and them no want to tell you about it.
So let me see if we can clear up this for the viewers. So suppose me decide, say, all right, I'm going to eat my oxtail. and thing. And me want. I wanna laugh.
No, what them.
No,
No, what them.
Me eat
Go
that
on, man.
still too.
Just for them, that not go nowhere. You understand? So anyway, I even ask you, how me can go to the store and get some Seamoss and put alongside. How work? Me can buy something. When if say for example, I want to go to the store and I want something with the Seamoss thing, you know. Cause me like the idea, but I don't know where to get it. You understand? I am not in Jamaica right now.
Oh, you want?
Yeah, I want to go in a public, so I want to go somewhere to get some Seamoss. How me get this thing? You know?
All right.
Well,
Have you got Amazon?
All right.
Yeah, man, the Amazon.
All right. And I'm not going to recommend Amazon to him because some of the Amazon Seamoss that I've seen are clearly
the fake one them.
Seamoss.
Jesus help
but
me.
you have a company. There's a guy that won Shark Tank that has a Seamoss company. It's called Transformation Factory. You can get the gels from them, and he imports from Jamaica.
If you're in the US, but if you're in Jamaica, you can get it from your business.
Right.
Let's Glow.
So he said he's in the US. So if you're in Jamaica, then of course you're gonna come to Let's Glow.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I just want to caution Ryan. Seamoss and herbs, because Seamoss is also a herb, right?
Yeah.
They are not miracle workers. I always tell people this. To get to the optimum state in terms of health, you have to reduce the level of toxicity, whether it's what you're putting in your body, through your mouth, on with skin, in your hair, or with environment, things that we inhale. So I'm not saying you can't eat your oxtail, but you probably want to reduce it. You may want to No, man. I'm just sharing some other things that you can do that I had done before I came off seafood. You can use a different type of oil. You don't use the regular vegetable oil, right?
Olive oil.
And certain seasonings. So you're not throwing a Maggi on your thing and the Mrs. Dash and those things, right? So that's a whole other thing. So those are things that you can do to reduce the toxicity. I don't fight with people on the things that I love, like, well, unless it's like fast food. But like that, what I will say is take out the things them that were not all that important to you. Let me put it that way. So you changing the oil not that important to you because you're still getting your oxtail. So you can switch out your oil, switch out some of the seasoning, use more of natural seasoning, onion, your scallion, your thyme, use more of those.
Pepper.
Switch your flour.
Yeah. Brown flour.
Your rice, and there's also reduction. So and do things in stages. So we're not saying tomorrow just go cold turkey, jump off cold turkey and take out certain things. Start by reducing because everybody's different. The last thing, it was very hard for me to come off coconut stuff. When I say coconut stuff, no, nothing is wrong with coconut. Hold on. We're having sugar. Sugar, the gizzard, the grater cake. And sugar and spice cake. Despite it had dairy and sugar, it was very hard for me to come off those things. So I'm going to take out the other things them that I could deal with and me take me little time cut off. So just reduce.
But there's yeah, right. Back to this because you were saying that it's not only food. You can use Seamoss on your face, in your hair,
correct,
and all of these things.
Correct.
What is it?
Yes. Because remember now, the natural products that were given to us by nature, not the man-made ones. By nature, if you can eat it, you can put it in your hair, you can put it on your face. That is the real.
Maybe you can make a grow back some hair, Ryan. You can try.
You know, so try it, do you?
You know that they actually say that hair loss is related to iron deficiency and some other things.
When we can get some iron, when we get some iron, no.
Hold on. No. Before you move on this, you said that Seamoss has some missing minerals. What are the missing minerals from the Seamoss?
Keep in mind, guys. Keep in mind, we have 10 minutes left, a maximum.
It's Fabian. I'm gonna encourage it. Please go on the Instagram page. That question that you're asking is on it. I don't remember them off my head. all of these things that I'm sharing with you, they're on my Instagram page because my aim is to inform
Type in the chat.
and
Tell us,
provide
tell
access.
us the
I did
info
it already.
for the Instagram page.
I did
Put
it
it
already,
again.
guys.
Put it again.
Let's
Alright.
glow JA.
Let's glow JA.
Let's
Yes,
go,
Let's go.
Jay.
let's glow JA. It's on actually on the last slide as well, Rory. So I'm
Okay.
on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook and TikTok, but it's mostly Instagram that the information is on. I hardly post on the others.
Yeah.
I have
Michelle,
a question for you. Michelle is asking. She says she's in Jamaica. I think Michelle is in Montego Bay. I think. And
Ship Island wide, Michelle.
Ship Island wide. Okay,
We
just want to
ship
make sure.
island wide. So let me just tell you, we have plain Seamoss gels. We do the fruit infused. We also have the herb infused, which has 102 minerals, by the way, because it now includes another seaweed called bladderwrack and a herb called burdock root. We
burdock
now
root.
also do popsicles. So
What?
you can, yes,
You can give
Seamoss
your kids,
fruit infused popsicles, and they are going like crazy, guys, because the kids love it, adults love it because us, and you don't know that Seamoss is in it, and it's uses real fruits. It's pre-order because we don't do preservatives, so we don't stock them on the shelf because we want you to get it as fresh as possible.
Before you continue, 1 second. So Seamoss is good for sexual health also. Tell me how. Tell me how.
That's actually one of the first things that Seamoss
Go on top, baby girl.
with when you spoke about Irish moss in Jamaica. That's
Right.
how it
Irish
used to
moss.
be
True,
promoted
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
so-
People
so-
say,
so-
oh,
so-
Irish
Chang-
moss and
Because that's
linseed.
the first thing.
Yeah,
never
true.
good. No good something that.
What? No, yes, but because a lot of people just associate it with that. You may have other
So it's
people
for-
were
no.
probably hypertensive, diabetic, and so forth, and need help. But because they think it's just for sexual health,
But it's
say, oh,
to
that's
the
enough
truth.
for me.
It's true.
So I am focusing on educating.
Me have white liver already, so no come give me nothing to go kill me,
Right.
me wife.
So basically, you're saying that it's good for also enhances the sex part of things as well.
It's
Yeah,
one of them
Correct.
super.
it's correct.
Correct.
All right. We
And,
need to
and
buy some
remember,
more.
I say, guys,
So
while you are
And you notice this since you start use it a lot, right?
Who? Me?
You,
I
yeah.
never had an issue with that before, so I've
No,
not.
but like, no, not saying you had an issue, but do you notice any difference since you start using this?
Yes, you do see. Yes, you do see difference. And the other thing I want to say to people, benefits vary from person to person. So some will manifest sooner than some for others, right? So maybe, and remember, this is not the only herb I take, so I can't even.
Give me a second.
some of the things-
I'm going to go for my one.
But,
Give me a second so I can
yes,
show the
this is
people.
definitely one. That is definitely one. My skin, because I had a whole breakout during the corona period. I think it was stress. Before I thought it was because I had to be wearing masks, but I realized it was really stress, and I think it was a very anxious time. So a lot of us actually had breakouts. So it really helped in terms of that. You'll see a difference in terms of your skin, your nails.
See, look on the
energy
one pack when they
level,
come. Look on the one pack when they come, people. Look on the one pack.
your energy level. But while you're
All right, folks.
implementing guys,
Hold on.
Never hear me.
Give me a second. Let me just show the folks what it looks like. So this is my, hold on, let me. You can see, this
and
is
that
my
That
jar.
is a sourberry. That's a sourberry.
Right.
The sourberry is infused with strawberry.
Strawberry, right.
Sorrel, and it is sweet.
Almost done.
In terms of, so it's not bland and it's not fresh. We use dates, which is a natural sweetener, and it's great for persons that are diabetic.
I don't know how you do it this year, but I don't know how you get it taste so good and so healthy.
Rory, how much you eat already, Frandy? I think you must have had per day and you eat a couple already?
No, you
More than
can
least.
have more.
At least.
As long as you don't ask tail, right? And
No, not lab with Axel thing.
right.
But me have the Axel with it. Me have the Axel with it though.
Anybody know it ask still something wrong with them, Ryan? No, me then go and
Yeah,
talk.
man. Yeah, what you talking, man? Axel, I think over with this on the side.
it
Or
is.
switch a
But-
slide right, so you can switch to the benefits one, switch that right. So these are just some. So what I encourage people to do, I heard Rory talking about being an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing with people my experience and the experience of others that I know. There are testimonials on my page from persons who would have used our products, and I also share testimonials from persons who have used Seamoss in general. So even if it's not my Seamoss, for example, and Ryan wants Seamoss, it doesn't mean that he's not going to get the benefits. I share testimonials there, so you can check it. If you have, for example, an issue with anything at all, just go on Google
or chat GPT.
GPI and type
GPT.
Seamoss, GPT, yes, sorry, chat GPT is that AI, right? And type Seamoss and it tells you Seamoss. This is not even touching the surface of the benefits of Seamoss, because if it has most of the minerals that we use, that our body use, then naturally, once we're giving our body what it is that it needs, what it is that it's made up of, then we're going to definitely see
I want to say something that I noticed as well with that, since I'm taking it. So normally
Losing weight?
No, I'm maintaining weight. So let me tell you, and this is what I'm gonna say. Because I haven't been to the gym in a while now because of business.
Right.
Hold on.
Remember we have 3 minutes. So whatever you're saying, wrap real quick.
Somebody said part 2, so we're moving right along.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have a part.
Next steps.
So since we're wrapping, you can just, if there's one thing that you want us to remember, because you might have to come back for part 2. If there's one thing you want us to remember, Dacia, what would you tell us?
Oh, and also, sorry, Dacia, if you can add this to
Whoever
Dacia,
the
if you can
Dacia-
add it, you can add this to Dacia, a balanced diet with a Seamoss in it as well.
Balanced diet. I don't want to say balanced diet because balanced diet means different things to different people, and that's not necessarily true. Because I had this conversation with somebody about that's not right about moderation. The key is reducing toxicity, right, and nourishing your
Increasing
body.
the good
That
stuff,
is really
yeah.
it. Nourishing your body with the right food and reducing toxicity. That is really the heart of it, guys. The exercise is like 5%. 10%. So when you see Rory and his thing up there, there are things that Rory needs to implement, and Rory know is not the exercise. What the exercise helps to do is keep your heart rate up,
And keep you fit.
your body tone, keep you fit. But the heart, when you see the belly, good. The belly is an indication that you need to also do a fast, and you need to do a detox. No joke, because our gut carries a lot of whole a lot of the things.
How we get a detox done?
Gut health is very important.
How we get detox?
You need a detox.
But hold on at this. So for detox, like probiotics and them stuff for gut health, what would I substitute for that? Because isn't that a part of the dairy family?
All right. So firstly,
we have 3 minutes.
you have to
Part
stop
two.
consuming what part 2? Yes,
Yeah.
part 2. Because for everything, we're going to have to debunk what was considered
Some of the
to
myths,
be.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because there are other things that just going through on. I want to go in definitely. Turmeric, garlic is not good
Yeah,
for
mama.
us either.
What?
Hold on.
Yes. So
Stick up
part
in.
2.
No, we have part 2. We have part 2. Man, what about okra? What about okra? What okra good for me though?
Oh man, okra is. Okra is
thank you.
actually a natural
All right, I'm glad to
alkaline
hear that. We can't end the show for a good spirit.
Part 2. We got it.
Yeah.
Part 2.
But part 2.
Hold on. Sorry for cutting this here. People, if you want to learn something to them, click the like button, not pressure on them, and share it with your friends. Share it with your friends.
Comment, please.
Share with your friends about Big Belly, right? Tell them, say, listen to this episode, right? That talks about Seamoss, which Dr. them not tell you about, but this is from the earth that God gave us.
From the sea.
I want to
sea.
something real quickly,
Right.
guys. Seamoss, because it has so many nutrients, it needs to be applied as your daily supplement. This is what needs to be a daily supplement, not the things that have in dyes and all kind of things that are on shelves. This is our natural supplement where Father God put down here for we, and we ignore it.
All right, man.
Thank you very much.
As somebody said in the States, if you're in the States, you want to get some Seamoss, you can go to Whole Foods and the farmers market. All right.
Farmers market.
All right.
And you're not about the UK doing it, but I'll
They said soon start ship worldwide. Don't worry about it, right? They say.
Correct.
Okay.
In the dry format, don't worry, but yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mary Jane. We will have to do a part for you for this one. Well, guys, as Rory said, you are the water and the soil to us.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk to someone, tap it there, something.
So you need to
Yeah,
talk
that's
the nice,
not
alright.
all.
Talk the nice, man. Sure. So as I was saying, guys, you are the water and you are the soil. and we are the plant, and we need your subscription, your likes to let
And
us know.
shares.
And
And
your
shares.
comments,
And
so
your
let us
comments.
know what
Yeah.
you're thinking.
And
Yep.
let us know what you're thinking. Remember, you can also email us any ideas you have or whatever you'd like us to discuss as well. We're somebody drop it
Yeah, the links.
in the chat.
Gmail.com. Yeah, they can type it.
Yeah.
And remember to follow Let's Glow JA.
And follow Let's Glow JA, yeah.
And
Yeah,
remember,
me just follow them. Me just follow them. Yeah. Good. All right,
Alright,
people.
guys.
Take it easy. We're out.
All
Have
right,
a blessed
guys.
week ahead.
Stay healthy.
Yeah,
Stay
we
healthy.
are. We will. We sure will.
So now.